If there's one large group of people I have a lot of respect for, it's programmers. Because I'm stupid and I have no idea what any of this means. I especially have a ton of respect for programmers and developers who make games single-handedly. And with that, onto the topic of Super Smash Bros., the ultimate fighting game for Nintendo at least. The amount of effort that gets put into these games is probably unbelievable. But despite that, people still make fan games for this. Many people who make fan games of Super Smash Bros. Do it alone. Now that's admirable. It sounds alluring to anybody. You can put whatever characters you want in there, and you can put whatever stages, music, whatnot. So here we have WWW Wario, the creator of Mushroom Kingdom Showdown, a Super Smash Bros.-esque game that mainly focuses on Mario characters. Without further ado, let's take a look at this ambitious project. So Mushroom Kingdom Showdown was developed over the course of a few minutes. A few thousand minutes! So why am I talking about the development of all things? I never talk about this in any of my other videos. Well, simple. You got to see the game grow over time due to the updates on WW Wario's channel. Every update covered new characters, new game mechanics, and all sorts of cool stuff. If you want to see the game develop over time, just go back to these old videos and watch them. What the fr- Craig? Is that you? Man, you've been on vacation for a while. What do you want? You're telling me that we're talking about video games? Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay then. So here we are in the game. We've got several different modes, classic, all-star, we don't care about that stuff. Let's get to the regular versus mode. So right off the bat, we come to probably my favorite thing about Mushroom Kingdom Showdown, the selection of characters. To this game being all about Mario, it has to have nothing but Mario characters within it. So you get to see a lot of characters that would probably never make it into Smash Bros. Like Midbus, Fawful, Geno, Waluigi. You can even play the game multiplayer, but I'm going to be playing with CPUs for this whole video. We select our characters, our stage, and then we duke it out. So whenever you enter a battle, you control your character with the WASD keys, but you attack with the F and G keys. Oh, okay, it's not that big of a deal, but it puts you in an uncomfortable position. And on top of all that, you dodge with the H key. Thankfully, I don't find myself dodging that much, and I'll tell you why later. I'm pretty sure this choice was made because, well, the game's multiplayer. Even then, I think you can customize the controls, but I still don't like these default control schemes. As for fighting, your commands are very similar to Smash Bros. You have attacks, jumps, you can attack in the midair, and you also have special attacks and even final smashes, or showdown attacks as they're called in this game. Now, despite how simplistic this game may look, the combat's actually really fun, and I think that comes down to how this game's focused on mainly combos. That and the sound effects are juicy. Now this does create a bit of a mixed bag for the combat since it's all combo based. Sometimes the combat can just boil down to, hey, get this guy in a corner and then pummel him into oblivion. Now I believe that this could be categorized as stupid fun, but occasionally it comes off as cheap. You've also got other actions such as your special moves, where if you press the G key in combination with a direction, you can use a special move, just like how they work in Smash Bros, except there's no side special. Weird. Personally, I find the special moves to be very situational in this game. Why use a big laser beam that takes a little while to charge up that does just as much damage as a regular jab? Besides, the jab can be comboed. Not to mention the jab is executed much faster than this laser beam. And then there are some special moves which are just downright useless. I'm talking about the recovery moves. The recovery moves are in Smash Bros, so you don't go flying off the stage. If you do, you have a chance to get back on. Not only that, but the recovery moves can do extra damage and can be potentially comboed into more moves. Here in Mushroom Kingdom Showdown though, they're made specifically for just getting back on the stage. Okay, there are a few exceptions. Some of them are meant for comboing purposes, but most of them help you get back on stage. And that makes them all useless because look at how these stages are designed. There's not a whole lot of holes in them. So that means you don't really need to recover in most of these stages, which means 90% of these recovery moves are friggin' useless. They don't belong here. Why would I ever want to use any of these? There are the occasional good ones like Bowser Jr.'s and Dr. Mario's especially, but that's very few and far between. Then there's the dodge, which I found myself rarely using since 1, it doesn't really bring you a far distance, 2, it makes you vulnerable for attack, which kinda kills the point of it, and 3, it raises your opponent's showdown meter. Now a lot of these showdown attacks do a lot of damage, and some of them I can guarantee are almost impossible to dodge. Well, most of them anyway. I see that this is a perfect time for us to move on to talking about the character specifics. So as I stated earlier, my favorite thing about this game is the character roster. There are characters from the Mario platformers, RPGs, other types of games. And not only that, but you also start out with a hefty amount of characters to choose from. There are also an extra 7 unlockable characters. Now I specifically have this segment of the video here just to talk about specific things about each character that I want to talk about. So without further ado, let's go! Mario feels right at home here. Well, I mean, he should feel right at home. This is his game after all. Luigi feels good too, and all of Mario's clones feel great as well. By the way, there are 2 Mario clones in this game. Mario and his clones move around at a really solid pace and deliver attacks just fast enough. But honestly, Dr. Mario's a little bit lacking. I mean, his down special is useless. Why would I need to throw this up into the air? His recovery is actually good though, it can hit multiple times. Hey, just like how all the recoveries should have been. I don't have much more to add to Luigi except his down special, the Luigi missile. Ah, it's awful! Oh my gosh, can you get up? Please, do you need help? Now go sit in the corner so I can make this showdown attack really overpowered. Look at this. Professor Egad's moveset was very limited due to the lack of sprites. All I can say is his recovery sucks. That's pretty normal actually. And his down attack is really OP. Yeah, you can get characters stuck into this. There are a few other characters that have this too, but I think this takes the combo thing a little too far. Donkey Kong can't hit anything with his showdown attack. And that's all of note here. WWW Wario put his own avatar in this game. He has a really neat moveset involving, I guess, creating YouTube videos. Although, his showdown attack, it's almost impossible to dodge that, and his showdown meter empties right before it's used. Gino, he's a surprise character, but, he kinda sucks. I get the whole purpose with him. His special attacks are supposed to be really strong, but they really don't do so much damage compared to all the other characters. They do about the same. Gino, you suck. Waluigi's whole meta changes with one move, the Piranha Plant. You can get someone trapped in with this. It's actually really fun to use, but it makes Waluigi a little bit too strong. Meatbus is actually my favorite character. He has really fast attacks, and he's got the strongest attack in the game. I just want to, use one of the recolors. There are a lot of recolors for all the different characters. Let me select one for... No recolors available. Are you flipping kidding me? That's it, WWW Wario. I challenge you to a 1v1. Let me show off my competitive Midbus skills against you. You know, that whole Midbus joke actually ties in with something here. Now, I don't mean any offense to WWW Wario whenever I say this, but I feel like as the updates came out, that the characters had less and less effort put into them. Maybe it was lack of motivation or he just wanted to get the project finished, but the last few characters are just meh. Like I said earlier, Diddy Kong and Midbus don't have any recolors whatsoever, and other characters that do have recolors, such as Dr. Mario, well, so I select the color light blue for Dr. Mario, and I go into a battle expecting his lab coat to be oh, for Fonzo's sake. Okay, no, I can't stand to look at that. That and characters like Diddy Kong just look out of place. It's probably because it's trying to do a 3D model with sprites, but I just don't see it. But on top of that, the character that I hate the most, that feels unfinished, is King Boo. Dare I say it, he is unfinished. He lacks a creative moveset unlike the other characters, but on top of that, even though he has a showdown meter, he doesn't have a showdown attack. Yes, I know this was caused due to some programming error, but I don't care. He should have done something to compensate for it, such as make King Boo stronger, because the lack of a showdown attack does a lot more harm than you may think. Not only is he at a clear disadvantage, but on top of that, the other person knows, hey, I can spam the dodge move as much as I want. That showdown meter doesn't mean anything. Sure, King Boo can get stuff done, but why would I want to play as him whenever I can play as a clearly better finished character? I don't really feel the need to go as in-depth with these next few things as much as I did with the characters. The characters was the main reason why I made this video. First up is Target Smash, which I don't care about. The only reason why I did it was because I wanted to get Gina. I mean, you're not timed, there's no high score, why would you want to do this? Then there's Classic Mode, where you of course just fight a bunch of characters, and it's decently fun enough. There's even a new final boss at the end, Giga Bowser. It's more of an endurance run than anything else, but one thing that I can complain about heavily with Target Smash and the final boss fight is that you can't dodge during these. If for some ungodly reason you decide, man, I'm in a bit of a pickle, I better get out of this by dodging, then you've just sealed your fate. What I mean by that is you just get stuck in this endless loop. I don't know why, it's kind of dumb, but is stupid. Other than that, there's All-Star Mode, which I didn't decide to do. It's because of one thing. This unlocks an extra stage, and the extra stage looks nice and all, but the problem is, the game doesn't save your data whenever you do this. So, if you reset the game, you go ahead and lose the stage. I'm not gonna waste my time on this, even then All-Star Mode isn't really that fun. My brain is empty again, that's the 5th time today, but it was fun recalling my 2-hour experience with this game recently. Despite the issues, however big or small, I still highly recommend that you try out this game for a little bit. Sure, it's simplistic, it's a little sloppy around the edges, but I really don't care. Sometimes I like stuff like this. Perfect timing for me to be making this video anyway. WWW Wario is making a sequel. Or maybe it's the fan-made sequel that's being made. A fan-made sequel of a fan-made... Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, whatever. WWW Wario, I fully support your decision to make a sequel of this game. Do the best you possibly can. While you do that, I'm gonna work on my competitive mid-bust compilation.
When things are broken, we want to fix them.